எதிர்க்கட்சி நிழல் அமைச்சர் பசிபிக் ஏசியா பிராந்தியத்துக்கான அமைச்சர் கேத்ரின் வெஸ்ட் அவர்கள் இங்கே பேசுவார்.
Following this, we will now be hearing from Ms. Catherine West, MP Shadow Minister for Asia and the Pacific.
Well, good afternoon everyone, and thank you so much for inviting me here this afternoon. I see you have my young picture of when I was first elected. I feel much older now. That was back in 2015, and I want to thank my constituents who have come to see me with much sorrow in their hearts, and thank every one of you who has taken time to find out where your Member of Parliament has advised surgeries, where they gather together on a Friday or a Saturday so that you can put forward your memories, your family, on behalf of wherever in the Tamil part of Sri Lanka you're from, so that we can continue to educate British MPs about the history of what happened at the end of the war or during the war. And David Lammy, MP, the Shadow Foreign Secretary, did ask me to attend today. And so that I'm correct with his words, I wanted to read this out. It's a real privilege to be with you once more here today. And thank you to the community for inviting Members of Parliament here in the House of Commons to hear from you and to remember the tens of thousands of Tamils who were killed in the final months of the brutal, devastating civil war 14 years ago. The scale of the tragedy cannot be understated and nor should be forgotten. In the final months of that bloody war, it is believed that between 40 and 70,000 civilians lost their lives, and many were disappeared, never to be seen again. I want to take the opportunity today as your Shadow Foreign Minister to reaffirm Labour's commitment to speak up for human rights in Sri Lanka, the importance of accountability, and for long-lasting peace and reconciliation. It's a deep concern that more than a decade after the end of that bloody conflict, so few people have been held accountable for criminal actions, and deeply concerning how little progress has been made since that period. We know that not one of the United Nations as responsible has been successfully prosecuted, and in addition we know that only one of the members of the military found to have murdered a Tamil was subsequently pardoned. It's perfectly understandable that the British Tamil community is deeply frustrated by the lack of accountability which we've seen, and these are frustrations that Labour members feel as well. The Labour Party has a strong tradition of calling out injustice, and we put democracy, human rights and the rule of law at the heart of everything we do, whether it be at home or abroad. These are the fundamental tenets of our movement, and our commitment to them is steadfast. We call on the UK Government to promote accountability and detailed scrutiny of the end in particular of that terrible conflict. Labour has pushed for a strong UN Human Rights Council resolution to include an international independent investigation mechanism and for referring cases to the International Criminal Court. And it's why we've consistently called on the UK to sanction those suspected of committed atrocities. In Labour we believe that justice delayed is justice denied, and I recognise the painful long journey the community has been on, and that further action must be taken. Let me assure you that myself and David Lammy, and we did meet with a group the week before last of younger Tamil NHS workers who are equally passionate about justice, and we assured them of our solidarity now and as long as it takes to get justice. Thank you. David has asked me as well if we could have a photograph, so perhaps in a few minutes after we've heard some more speakers, we could also have a photograph so that we can put that up on our own communication channels as well. I'll just sit here until we've had another couple of speakers.
Thank you.